same culture with them every level. I don't know how that's going to work, but that's what they're talking about.
But also if you
yeah.
whether I disagree with that or not, but
No.
come up through the ranks.
It certainly gives you a lot of things to think
you
about.
know all the hazards.
Yeah.
And you can see.
But then I understand it from that point of view too,
Yeah.
because nothing's going to change if nothing changes.
Yeah, but they're both true, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's certainly a lot of things to talk about and think about. But that's something that will come. But definitely the psychological hazards are something that's always been there, but are going to be focused on more in the future. So these are your things like your time pressure, your stress, the feeling drawn between different jobs, and those types of things have always been there, but are going to be focused more on.
More.
Something.
What's she called? They call me.
The Roman workshop, so we're not going to do the job. So we're going to 2 more Romans.
So these are different types of hazards that you might find. Biological, so bacteria, molds, viruses, parasites. So COVID, remember we had the massive COVID outbreak that's still going on, but you no longer have to isolate, although it's strongly encouraged that you do. But I don't know, you're not forced to anyway, unless you're going to a hospital. If you have to go to a hospital, you're not allowed to go there if you've got COVID.
So is it?
Don't
Yeah.
get into that.
So this is generally caused by poor sanitation, housekeeping practices, contact with bodily fluids, inadequate maintained air conditioning and heating systems. So here on site we have the cooling towers, and you can get Legionnaire's disease from them. They test for them regularly, and you have to be equipped with all the different respirators and trained to enter those spaces. But it is something that we do have here. The other thing is too, some people do not wash their hands before you go to crib. So when it's time for lunchtime, and if you're not washing your hands, and then you go and eat a sandwich, anything that was on those hands, you're going to be ingesting. So that's where you can get different bacteria and things. Or chemical exposure. So if you've been out and you've got, I don't know, caustic on your hands or something, then you eat your sandwich, it gets on your lips or in your mouth, then you can start to get burns and things like that. So that's why it's important as a control method to be washing your hands before you're eating. Chemicals, so flammable, toxic, reactive, corrosive, including those. What type of chemicals or flammables do you all know about that we have here?
Saline and oxygen.
Saline bottles? Yeah.
Bridget.
Yeah.
Diesel for the jetting, for the
Yeah.
rotors.
Absolutely. Brandon? We've got acids, the sulfuric, we've also got caustic, main thing that we have. None of those you particularly want to be having in your body. There's also the asbestos, exactly. So ergonomics, so we were talking about ergonomics before, it was on both of your lists. So ergonomics can cover, we always think of ergonomics as manual handling or correct manual handling. But ergonomics is a massive topic that covers a range of different workplaces, settings, equipment. It's all to do about setting yourself up correctly and safely. So as they say here, excessive force, so that you don't have to use excessive force, excessive repetition, how to avoid to do that, improper posture, incorrect lighting, all those things come under ergonomics as in things that you want to be controlling to make your workplace a better place. And speaking of ergonomics, I'm going to get you all to get up and we're going to have a quick stretch. Because we do not have ergonomic chairs.
Miller.
Erling Muller. I'm not sure what that is.
Got like a lazy boy.
No, they're like really fancy office chairs.
Ah. Well, have you brought it up in safety and stuff? If it's something that you desire.
No, they never tried.
Move your arms around, your legs around.
Touch their toes.
Touch your toes if you can touch your toes. I don't reckon I can.
Try.
Yeah, no.
Come
Yeah,
on,
almost there.
Yeah.
There we go. I can get the two
Not
toes.
your overalls.
Stretching me like me.
My
Really? Palms.
like I get stuff.
Careful of him.
Yes.
What, heavy?
And remember, stretches are not meant to hurt. If they're hurting, you're taking it too far. So this is always good to just get up, if you've been sitting down for a little bit, get moving again, get the blood flowing, so you don't seize up so much. Usually when we're moving out in the recliner and that, it's alright, because you're getting around, you're moving, but if you happen to sit down for a bit, it's not so good for the body. That's when we'll seize up, and that, you won't get anywhere after that.
What's that one gonna do?
I don't know. But it does your hip.
Standing picture.
Uh,
Standing pigeon.
yeah. I'm going to need
You
this
feel it?
hole
Yeah.
for help.